What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Thought Therapy. This is a place for you to take your life to the next level. For anyone that's new here, my name is Cameron, and I talk about spiritual stuff, also personal growth things. And today I just want to talk about a spiritual phase that a lot of people go through that's called the dark night of the soul. Now, from my own perspective, that's what this is going to be targeted towards. I'm going to be sharing my story, kind of where I came from, what I went through, and some similarities that you could probably draw from it, just to help you guys in the situation that you're in. So let's dive right into it. So for so many people, they think that once you wake up in this world and you have a spiritual awakening, that's all going to be hippy dippy, I'm going to be running around in flowers and everything's going to be a bright and sunny day. Well, to be honest, that's not the case. And for a lot of people, well, actually everyone, they hit this phase called the dark night of the soul. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's the darkest night that your soul experiences in this world, like usually right after you wake up. And so for me, I explained it in my last video that I had like 5 months or so after I spiritually awoke, whatever, where it was hella awesome. Everything felt great. I was on the spiritual high. And then I hit like a 1.5 year long dark night of the soul phase. For other people it's shorter, for other people it's longer. Mine was about 1.5 years. And so what happened was, it was time to put in work for it. I mentioned that in my last video too, is that, I realized so many things when I woke up, and it was awesome. And then all these realizations make you super depressed because you're not to where your mind sees you at, or you just had this hella awesome fun time on the spiritual high, and then you don't have it anymore, and that makes you even more depressed because you're like, what happened to it? Like I thought I made it, and it that was super depressing too. But this dark night of the soul phase is just super intense, and it's going to show you what you got to change in your life in order to blossom out. And the best reference or analogy I can give is like a butterfly in a cocoon. You are literally being molded in the darkness and being transformed, even though it doesn't feel like anything's happening, into a new being, so you can burst out like a butterfly or whatever else you think it is. So I remember on my journey back, because I just recently got out of the dark night of the soul, so remember that it will get better even though you can't see that. So I remember back when this first happened to me, I'm telling you, I was sad beyond sad. I was sad about being sad. I was depressed beyond other. Some days I knew why I was depressed, because I was very toxic person, or I had toxic people around me, and I didn't know how to get rid of them. I didn't know how to get rid of some unhealthy habits I had, and there were just some days where I just didn't know why I was feeling like shit. But it was something that wouldn't lift naturally on its own. So that's what I felt like for so long. And I also felt completely not myself in the sense of physically. So I'm about 22 years old, and so I was probably 19, 20 to 21 when I was going through this, and I seriously felt physically like I was 80 years old. And that's when I knew something was up, because it's why am I feeling so old? I just felt so achy. I hurt everywhere, and it was just what is going on? I just didn't know. I went to the doctor a few times because I was scared, because I was what's going on with me? Why am I so tired all the time? Why am I aching everywhere? Why is the world just feel like it's collapsing on me? What is happening? And they couldn't give me any answers. They just told me to sleep more, exercise, whatever, normal old stuff. But deep down, I knew something else was going on. That kind of is me segueing into something else too, is that when you're in the dark night of the soul phase, that you're going through something beyond whatever doctor tries to tell you, whatever any other person tries to tell you. It's something burning inside your heart and your soul that's telling you what's happening right now. It has a way greater purpose than you could even explain to anyone. And so go seek medical advice to give you clarity of mind if something is going on, but just you will know that something else is going on, something that a lot of people can't even explain themselves. So yeah, I was feeling super achy, super all these things, and I would just mope around all day long. I couldn't eat too much, or I was eating way too much. I was so unmotivated for everything. I just couldn't get out of like bed some of the days. Some of the days I would spend my whole day in bed. I would try to like go and like meditate. There's days I couldn't even meditate. There's days I couldn't even get out. Like, it was just really intense for me. For other people it's going to be different than that, but for me it was really intense. And so, but it gives you the time to think. That's what all this is about, I truly think, is like all this like shitty things that are happening to you, all these physical ailments that are happening to you, everything is making you think. What is happening to me? What do I want from life? Why am I feeling this way? What am I doing? Use this as your time to think. Think. And have this blind faith that on the other side, and you don't know what day it's going to be that you're automatically better or anything like that. All you know is that one day it will get better. Keep that in your mind, because you're just going to have to go through this really, really uncomfortable transition in order for you to become the person that you know that you can always be, the person that your soul has always wanted to be, because you're pretty much unraveling all these conditioned beliefs, unraveling all these unconditioned thoughts, these conditioned emotions. You're just unraveling all these things that you thought were you, so then you can emerge as your authentic self. And like, that feeling is so insane to even like think about, because we think that we are ourselves all the time, but we're not. We're not ourselves at all. We're other people's beliefs, we're other people's thoughts, what we should be, what society thinks that we should do. We're not even making choices in our life that are from us authentically. And this dark night of the soul phase is literally gonna strip you from all those things to give you the chance to emerge out of this a brand new and fresh person. And so, pretty much how I did it, I want to make a separate video on it, because I feel like I can go a lot more in depth on like how I did it. But pretty much just what happened to me is like, I was tired of feeling tired. I had done enough thinking. I had thought about all the things in my life that I wanted to change, and then it was just time to go and do it. And the moment that I started to go do it, the things that I knew I had to change, and I stopped thinking about them, and I just started to put action in, was the moment that I started to climb myself out. I was literally at the bottom of the depths, climbing myself out of this. And then there was one day I woke up, and I was all like, I feel pretty good today. I feel pretty good today. And it was a weird feeling. It was such a strange feeling, because I felt different. And when you felt so bad for so long, and you wake up one day and you're like, whoa, what's going on? You get to have a huge new experience with this world, because the world that you were seeing was dark, and now you get to see the light. And you thought that you were seeing the world for as it was all these times before, but it's not until that the blanket of darkness clears away that you're like, you see the world with new eyes every single day. You start speaking a new language to the people that you love, because you want more unity, because that was something that you didn't have. You didn't have this fulfillment of self. What you had was just, you don't even know. It was just, man, I'm getting like the chills talking about this, because it's true. Like, there was just one day I just woke up and I just felt so good. So good. And I want to relay that on you too, is that it's gonna get so much better for you, and all these aches, all these pains, all these darkness, it's meant to be there because your soul wants it gone. And so you're gonna have to rip out all of it. And don't even try to time out how long that you're gonna be in this phase. Don't even try to think about, oh yeah, in a year I'll get better or whatever. Just keep doing it and accept it. Accept your darkness, accept how you are feeling. Let it go. And still live your day, but do the time, do the work, do the inner work. Be introspective as much as you can. Question yourself. Do everything that you can to understand yourself in this. Understand these dark sides to you, because these dark sides of you are still you. Now that's powerful, is that once you realize that this darkness is a part of you as well, and then you can see the lightness as well, and they both hold their place. So this dark night of the soul phase, learn from it, because that's what it is. It's a huge learning game. It's a lesson. It's not to say that you're not going to have another Dark Night of the Soul. It's like, oh, one and done. No, they can have more too, but they get shorter because you've already, like, usually people have like a huge one, and then like the next one they have is a lot shorter because they learn the tools to get through it, and you can do things a lot faster and quicker as it goes on. So remember that. And yeah, this kind of turned out to be another stream of consciousness video. Oh well, I'm having fun with it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to make some more videos like this. I know I say that at the end of all my things, but whatever. If you guys got any comments and want to get to know me a little bit, drop some comments down below. I'll definitely reply to them. You know, hit that subscribe button, like as well. And yeah, guys, have a good day. Peace.